Thank you, Chairman Stroud. We'll move right along to the Budget Committee and Chairman Harold Cannon, please, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The committee recognizes Bobby Wilson, Chief of the Fisheries Division, regarding an upcoming budget expansion.
Thank you, Commissioner Cannon. I've got a request. It's, this is an annual amount that's been granted to Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency for battling aquatic nuisance species in our state. This is not very much money, but it helps. We use it to mostly for information and making folks aware of various species of aquatic nuisance species like zebra mussels and Asian carp. So we've used them to in the past for the Angler's Guide to Tennessee Fish that we've developed a couple of years ago. We have a section in the back about invasive species. We use some of the money to go towards that. We put signs up at boat ramps, making boaters and fishermen aware of either Asian carp or zebra mussels, and trying to put a message there of not moving them around. We also gave a grant to the Tennessee Aquarium a couple years ago for display on aquatic nuisance species. So this is just a little bit of money that we use. There is a match required, as a 25% match, but with that comes in the form of employees' time that we spend for either surveying or monitoring populations of Asian carp or zebra mussels or whatever we need to do.
Thank you, Bobby. My understanding is that this is 100% federal money. We don't have any matching.
No, there is a match.
There is a match,
but
I apologize.
But we use the employees' time, that when we're going out monitoring Asian carp or zebra mussels time, we have plenty of time that we're spending on that, and we can use that time to match.
Oh, that's great.
Right. So it's basically 100%.
Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the Budget Committee, I recommend passage of the proposed budget expansion, aquatic nuisance species, in the amount of $24,875.
All right, I'll take that in the form of a motion to have a second. All right,
Second.
have a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? All right, budget expansion for aquatic nuisance species, $24,875 from USFWS passes. Next item, sir.
The committee recognizes Tim Churchill regarding a budget expansion to purchase some property. This specific item was not in the preliminary agenda provided to the commission, but it has been added to the agenda and it was properly noticed.
Okay, my budget expansion request is for $550,000 in all federal funds to purchase a tract that it is in purple, lavender, whatever, called Pump Log Hollow Preserve. It's currently owned by the Nature Conservancy. They've had it for a number of years, and they want to do a bargain sale on it. They're going to sell it to us for roughly half the value. And the cost is reflected here. It's about 1,000 acres, a little over 1,000 acres. And I put this map up here so you could kind of see the aggregate of conservation lands that are building here in Franklin County. This is all in Franklin County. Well, there's a county line there, but there's state forest here, an SNA up here, TDEC owns. This is a conservation easement. And then these two components here are the north and south parts of Bear Hollow Mountain. So this would be additive to the Bear Hollow Mountain WMA.
And again, I understand this will be 100% federal money that we'll
Correct.
purchase the property with. In consideration of that, Commissioner Griggs, the Budget Committee, and I recommend passage of the proposed budget expansion in the amount of $550,000 to purchase the Pump Log Hollow tract in Franklin County.
Okay, again, I'll take it as a form of a motion to have a second.
Second.
All right, been properly seconded. To have any discussion? Not all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Budget expansion, $550,000 to purchase Pump Log Hollow tract in Franklin County passes. Next item, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee recognizes Ken Tarkington regarding the financial report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There's a two-page report in your book, reporting through the month of December 2014. At the top of the page, the boating fund has approximately 6% less income for the same period of time last year, and most of the downturn is in the originals and transfers. That's where somebody sells their boat to somebody else, or they buy a new boat from the manufacturer. The renewals are about flat, so it's actually in the new sales. The expense portion of the boating fund is approximately 33% of the annual allotment. In the middle of the page, the wildlife fund is a little over 6% ahead of projection for the year. And as you notice on the senior citizen license, we've sold approximately 500 for the month of December. At the expenditure level, we're at approximately 37% of the annual allotment. And at the very bottom of the page, the two endowments are included. The Watchable Wildlife has $5.9 million, almost $6,500 that's available for transfer for those programs. And the Lifetime Sportsman Endowment has approximately $38,600,000. On the second page at the top, the Wetlands Acquisition Fund has approximately $15.7 million balance. As we usually do, we've zeroed out the maintenance account, and the compensation or in lieu of tax fund at the bottom has approximately $424,000 balance as of December. Any questions or comments?
Any questions from the commission? Very, very quick sidebar. Chris, I believe we've initiated discussions with the treasurer regarding our investment. We hope to have some recommendations here in the very, very near future. Is that correct?
The treasurer's office is filing a piece of legislation that would allow Heritage to make some different investments for us in our endowment funds. So much that they're applying it a little broader than it's applied to other agencies and departments, not just TWA.
That's great news.
Move it through. I don't have bill numbers and things yet. It's today's the filing deadline, but that'll be a piece of legislation the treasurer's going to move through the General Assembly.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chairman, that concludes our report.
All right, thank you, Chairman Cannon. All right, is there anybody else in the audience that'd like to address the commission today? Okay, if not, we'll move to the last item of business. In our January meeting in Union City, I selected a nominating committee for the purpose of proposing a slate of new officers today. Members of that committee are Connie King, Trey Tigg, and Chair Jim Ripley. Chairman Ripley, are you ready to give a report on your committee's recommendation for a slate of new officers?
I am, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you.
The nominating committee is pleased to report our nominations as follows: Jim Bledsoe as chairman, Harold Cannon as vice chairman, and Jamie Woodson as secretary.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ripley, and I appreciate your committee for your hard work. At this time, the nominations are now open on the floor. Is there any other nominations from the floor?
Move nomination cease.
All right, I have a motion.
Second.
All right, okay. Everybody ready to vote? We're voting on Jim Bledsoe as chairman, Harold Cannon vice chairman, and Jamie Woods as secretary. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations. My friend, you'll do a good job. Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, I would like, before I hand you the gavel, I'd like to make a few comments, if you don't mind. First thing I'd like to do is thank Governor Bredesen and Governor Haslam for appointing me to the commission. I've served on two different ones. It's been fun. It's a job that I've took seriously. I proudly can say that I never missed a commission meeting the 6 years I was here. I was fortunate that happened, but it's been a blessing, and not only do I try to represent District 7, I try to represent the whole state, but my main focus of the time that I was on the commission was always to protect the resource. That was my main goal. It was an honor to serve the men and women, our sportsmen and women of the state too. I was glad to represent them. It was fun being on, and I was honored to serve with past commissioners and with the present. And Mr. Brown, you're in the audience. If you open your eyes, I'm going to talk about you for a minute here, Daddy. But sir, it was an honor to serve you, Chink Brown. You were one of the finest commissioners I was ever around, and I learned a lot from you, sir. I mean that with all my heart. You did hear that, didn't you? Okay, thank you. You know, yeah, you're welcome. You know, being on the commission, we're a diverse group. We come from different backgrounds, and we've got we have different perspectives, but it's pretty neat because everybody has a talent and we all have something to give. And I just hope my time on the commission that I was able to add to the group. And I do appreciate all y'all having the confidence in me to let me be chairman this year. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I thank my chairmen of my committees and my vice chairmen. I appreciate you. And I don't think that my committee chairmen will mind, but I've got to brag on one in particular, and that's my budget chairman. Mr. Cannon, I appreciate you. Your leadership this year, you're just outstanding. As we said last night, you're one of the smartest cookies ever been around, but we appreciate your leadership, and I thank you. I know Mr. Mike Butler's not here today, but I appreciate Mike Butler and all his work with the Federation. He supported me the 6 years I've been here. He's been good to the commission, good to the agency, and we appreciate what he does. Former Commissioner Schuster's not here today, but I appreciate her work with the foundation. Enjoyed serving her and what she did for us. I would thank Ed Carter. Ed, you don't have to listen to my phone calls anymore, but I appreciate you and I appreciate Barbara, and I know Steve had to be gone, and Barry, you and Chris. I appreciate y'all a lot. Our region managers, Alan Peterson, Region 1, Tim Cleveland, Region 2, John Merritt, 3, and John Gregory, 4. I appreciate y'all through the years. John Gregory, be sure and tell the Aikens family that I appreciate them too, and you know what that's about. Special thanks out to my Region 1 guys that are here today, Dave Rizzuto and Robert Smith and Lance Ryder and Gabe Beverton back. And I know Brian Thompson's not here and Jim Hamilton, but you guys, I appreciate all your support in the area that I was in, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Darren Ryder had to be out today. I appreciate him. Bobby Wilson, Darrell Radijak. I know Dwight Hensley, I've wore on your ear a little bit too, and Dave McKinney back there, I see you too, sir. But in our audio and video crew, Lee Todd and Don and Jason. I believe I don't want to forget anybody, but I appreciate all that y'all have done for me too. I thank all the people with the agency as well. I know we had our 65th anniversary this year. One of the neatest things I got to do this year was travel. I made the West Tennessee in the middle, and Commissioner Cannon covered for me in the East, but it was a pleasure to meet a lot of the men and women that work for us in our agency. We got some of the finest folks in the world. And Michael May, I appreciate you too. I just noticed you with IT. I used to bug you too, especially every time my email wouldn't work or my phone. But it's a great agency, and it's been an honor to be a part of it. And I appreciate all of y'all making me feel part of the family. I know I'm leaving, but I know that you'll always be my friends. To Chairman Bledsoe, Vice Chairman Cannon, and Secretary Woodson, the commission's in good hands, and I know y'all will do an outstanding job. I have no qualms about this commission. I know it's going to do well. Y'all are the best of the best. But in closing, I thank y'all. I've appreciated my time on the commission. It's been fun. And if you're ever my way in West Tennessee, Paige and I'll always have a warm bed and something to eat for if you'll come by. But thank y'all.
Step around. All the new officers down here.
I know we talked last night. I'll take while y'all are lining up. I appreciate what Jeff did. He was a strong, disciplined leader. I've never been around a guy with a positive attitude and a smile on his face, and how he handled every crisis. But I appreciate it. He was an excellent chairman.
Come up here because you put up with more and endured more than any woman could have. Next, like, call down Commissioner Stroud.
Yes, sir.
We've got something for you too.
Oh, you did? Did you notice, Ed, that I heard that?
I signed a little.
Am I following you?
Thank you, man. Enjoyed it. She told me.
Good deal. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that a lot.
While the chairman's coming back up, I want to comment on Bill Cox. We kind of picked on him pretty hard last night. I'm going to tell you something about Bill. He's a big teddy bear is what he is. Everybody thinks he's one of the finest fellows I know. If everybody was as passionate about being a commissioner as Bill Cox was, we already have a great commission, but let me tell you something. Bill's heart's in the right place. He's knowledgeable. He studies, he takes the time. It's truly a job for him, but Bill, I appreciate the time working with you, and I appreciate what you said. I have a lot of respect for you, Mr. Cox.
You know, that's not, you make those comments and you leave. We got to put up with him. His head's going to swell.
Let's, I know we all said a lot of things to each other last night and everything and had a good meeting, but, for public and on the camera, does anybody have any comments for the outgoing chairman and outgoing Commissioner Stroud and Mr. Rice? I'll open it up to the commission.
I'd like to say something, if you don't mind. I didn't tell you, but I'm not leaving. Trey and I are gonna take this out right here and move it over, and then we're just gonna elongate it. I forgot to tell you, Chairman, but I'm gonna be here right next month, I'll be right here. Now, you know what, I can't say any more than, what, Griggs just said. I'm a better person for this, and I'm certainly found some great life friends we talked about. And I'll be brief, but I thank everybody for putting up with me, allowing me the time to learn, and then try to be effective for us. And Ed Carter, I'll always be grateful to you and everybody in this room. Thank you.
I just want to say that Jeff set the bar high for all commissioners, past, future, present. I mean, I feel like I put a lot of effort in it, but I don't think I put 20% in what Jeff Griggs puts into it. He's never missed a meeting. I remember him standing against the wall when he had back surgery the day before. He had to come just so we could have 7 votes for a proxy. I think there was something pretty important we had to vote on that day, and he stood with his back against the wall because he couldn't sit down. And I don't know if, the only thing I'm worried about is cell phones can cause cancer, buddy. You better start having MRIs pretty regularly, because I've never seen anybody that spends more time on the phone and won't turn a call down and make sure he turns them back. And just a pleasure to serve with you for 6 years and to become the friendship that we've developed is just incredible, and it's not going to go away. So I certainly appreciate what you've done and the bar you set for all of our commissions. So we love you, man.
Thank you, and I love you too. You know how I feel about you, man. You're my friend. I appreciate that.
And Mr. Stroud, you're an incredible person yourself, and you're so humble with what you do in your life and what you brought to the table. I hope in the future that you get another chance to spend some more time on this commission, because I feel like you bring so much that we just didn't really have a chance to tap. And look forward to seeing you in the future also.
Appreciate it.
I think the Chairman Griggs had orders today not to bring up his wife's name. So he didn't, and I am. Paige, we thank you. You have brightened this place up as much as he has. And it's been team ball. He doesn't do this alone. And so thank you for your sacrifices, for being here. You're an absolute treat. And I do mean it. You brighten this place so well. Any place we go when you're there, it's better. It is absolutely better. You know, it's amazing the people that are put in your life, and you too. Stroud and Griggs, gosh, I'm thankful. am so daggum thankful. I hate this door is closing, but I'm really excited about the door that will open for both of you all. It's just, you all are just the epitome of what men should be. And I'm gonna miss the heck out of you here, but my hope is that here is the only place that I'll miss you, because I promise you, the friendship will be pursued on this end. I do, and that's how much you two mean to me. So thanks for your both of your leadership and your wisdom here. And I just want to tag along and learn more from you as time goes on. So thank you.
I just want your brain, that's all.
No, you don't.
I want to thank you guys for everything you've done for the agency. Commissioner Stroud, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. I love the fact that you took us into your business world and let us see a little bit about that. It's one of the neatest experiences I've had, and really happy to meet you and have you as a friend. Commissioner Griggs, I think everybody can tell by listening to you speak today and what kind of person you are and what this agency has meant to you. And it's been said many times today, but you're definitely an example of what we can all hope to be as a man and as a commissioner. So I'm a lot better person from having known you, and I'm so glad that even though this position is going away, we're still real close, and we can still spend time. So thank you for everything.
I appreciate that, and again, you're the only famous friend I have, so I appreciate that. And Stroud.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to tell you, I've really enjoyed serving with you. And as I told you before, I really enjoy watching you quarterback these commission meetings. I mean, you do such an excellent job of moving things along and everything else. And two, the love and the passion that you show for your parents, I really respect that of you. You're a true man. And James?
Sir.
I mean, you've been sitting together for the past few months, and the war stories that we tell about our hunting tales and everything else like that, enjoy that, and I consider you a friend, and thank you.
Back to you.
I'm sorry to talk again, but I need to thank Jeff for bringing, I think I asked for gum the first meeting I attended, and he gave me a piece, and I think I had 10 or 12. So from that point on, he's always kept us well stocked. So I don't know what somebody's going to have to fill that role.
The chairman,
I think that's the chair, passed on to the next chairman. And
write that down.
Who's gonna bet with Cox and who's gonna bring the gum? That's the two things.
And Mr. Chairman, if I might just really quickly, just to add these more public comments, because I think it's important, even though we were able to speak in private, we all have a privilege that we've been given by, whether it's the Speaker of the House, the Lieutenant Governor, or the Governor, to serve the citizens in this really unique way. And you both have done really important work in your time here and made it count. I think for James, you have brought a renewed sense of entrepreneurialism to the commission and to the agency. You've, in such a gentle way, encouraged us to think outside of the box, to be more creative, and to bring a more diverse audience to the important work that happens within the agency to fulfill the mission of the agency and to serve our citizens. And I think that is something that is an important thing that will last far beyond your time on this commission. And I thank you, and just how you do it, not just that you've done it. And for the chairman, goodness, I said last night, you make us all want to be a better person. And you do that by your example. As each of these commissioners have said, you are so incredibly positive, and you took a great challenge from the former chairman to think about what's our responsibility. Is it to sort of function for the year, or is it to improve opportunities for citizens for multiple generations? And the work that you led with Chairman Cannon, it's important work. And the work's not finished, but you've given us a great example and a very high bar, so I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman. Chairman Griggs, I first want to apologize for my smart aleck remarks that I make from time to time in these meetings and try to lighten the mood a little bit. But, you know, there are a lot of people in our state who contribute mightily to our society and the things that we try to get done, but there are only a handful of people that I would call true leaders. And you are truly a leader. And you led with strength and with integrity, and were a great example for all of us. And I have gained a great deal by working with you, and I appreciate it. And the people of this state need to know that it is a privilege for us to be here, but it takes some commitment of time. But for the chairman, particularly in your case, it has taken hours and hours of work for which you're not compensated. But you've done that as enthusiastically as anyone could ever ask, and you've done it very well. And it's been a delight to serve with you. Commissioner Stroud, you're a great dude, and the only well, you can say dude. This guy used to play drums with Ike Turner, and he's got
all right, move on.
number one producer of records in the state, and you've really brought, as Jamie said, that sense that we have something that we are selling here in a way. We are selling the outdoors, not to cheapen it, but you've helped us to do that, and I appreciate it. It's been a delight to get to know you. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, let me, we had mentioned Tom, and I mentioned him last night, but, and something I didn't say last night, you know, Tom's pretty quiet and obviously a really good businessman, but the impression that Tom has left on me is with the tragedy he has had in his life with losing his son, and the character and the faith, the way he has dealt with it, and establishing this duck hunt, and the way he carries himself and the way he serves. He, along with you other two guys, are leaving us, but you're leaving us better than you found us, and I think that's a pretty good way to go. So we appreciate that.
Thank you.
I'd like to comment too on I call him Brother Rice. I talked to him quite a bit on the phone, but I'm gonna tell you something. He, like I said last night, he can match wits with Director Carter, but he is a fine fellow. I enjoyed serving with him, and I know he and our friendship will not end either. And I echo Bill. I appreciate what he's done to promote youth sports. He's gone far beyond. He could have crawled under a rock, but he didn't. And he's one of the finest fellows I know. Director Carter, can I keep Cheryl on retainer? Didn't mention Cheryl a while ago, but I guess I bugged her as much as anybody. But if I pay her.
As long as we can bill monthly.
Okay, yeah. Cheryl, I appreciate you too. Mr. Chairman.
Anybody? I guess I'd like to speak a little about Tom too. I love hearing his stories. I mean, I could sit for days and listen to them, and I appreciate the opportunity he gives the kids, because my son's got to participate in that hunt 2 different years, which he'll be too old next year, and he's kind of sad about it, but we've had a ball down there, and appreciate all he's done on the commission and everything. And Commissioner Stroud, you are a true Southern gentleman. You are a gentleman, and you have enlightened us to a lot of things, and just I hope you keep, for Don's sake and everything, I hope you keep helping the agency, and I'd really like to see you come back. I'll probably be gone then, but like to see you back, because I think your leadership would benefit everybody in the state. So, and Mr. Griggs, you the man. That's just.
You're the man now.
No, I've actually I went on one hunt. I stayed at Mr. Griggs' house, and I forgot to bring my boots, which is a recurring theme with me for some reason. Sonia packs all my clothes, and I leave my boots laying everywhere. But I tried to I borrowed your boots and I didn't fill your shoes, and I know I'm still not going to fill your shoes because it's you're irreplaceable. I'll put it that way. And even though all of yous are going to be off the commission, you'll never leave our hearts. It'll be a friendship that'll just keep building and growing from now on, and we really appreciate you. So,
You promise?
I promise. I promise. Director Carter, you or any of the staff want to add any?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I kind of said last night a few things, maybe I shouldn't, but I said last night how we felt about the commission in general. I'm glad you mentioned Tom. I don't know if y'all had a chance to check your emails or not, but, you know, Tom Rice has served on the commission and served well. He couldn't be here because of business, and that business has him in New Orleans. And he sent me a picture a minute ago of him in the Mardi Gras parade last night, and it looks like he's not too bad off by missing the meeting. I think he's having fun. But in any case, we appreciate what he's did, and Mr. Stroud and Commissioner Griggs, I just want to tell you, and this really goes for all the commissioners on here, but since I may not get the chance to talk to you as frequently as we have in the last few times, you all have worked with the staff especially. I know you work with the public and you spend hours and hours and hours doing that, but I wanted to tell you from the staff perspective how much we appreciate what you did, and for lack of a better word, how you treat us. You treat us really more as a peer, and that's something that we really treasure and we value, and we appreciate that greatly. It means a lot to us personally. It means a lot from on a professional level that you would do that. We appreciate you allowing us to give you the feedback that we do, and you take that for what it's worth, and then you make the decisions, and we're proud of what you've done and the decisions you've made. So I won't belabor that. I just wanted you to know how much we sincerely do appreciate what y'all have done. It's been remarkable. And to get to know your families a little bit too, that's also just a side benefit. And you mentioned already Commissioner Griggs not missing a meeting. We didn't know what to do, and this is really not much. We just had a little perfect attendance certificate. Hey, that's it. I guess it gets you a hall pass. You can use the restroom up in the big building anytime you want to. But I did kind of add it up. That's well over 100 meetings. That doesn't count the hours off to the side. It doesn't count the extra meetings that you went to on all the committees. But just in commission meetings alone, it's well over 100 meetings over 6 years. And to take that away from family and friends and your business is quite amazing. We have a picture here from Commissioner Stroud and Commissioner Griggs. Our fisheries folks, sometimes they value these because it's our only native trout, and that being the brook trout. Dan Shirley is the artist that does these. He donates it for people inside the agency because he wants to promote not only the trout, but the fact that he appreciates what you all do. So there's a little nameplate so you'll remember that you're you when you look at it. But it depicts your time of service. You're on the agency and on the commission. And again, we'll have one for both of you. And Parks and Greenways folks have these framed and matted for us. And so it's a group effort. Everybody's saying thank you. And certainly like to give these to you before you leave. But I don't want to close off anybody else on staff that would want to say anything. But I without a doubt, speak for everybody, just say sincerely thank you. Please don't be a stranger. Commissioner Brown has come back. We had a great relationship with him as well. And just a minute. That's for you, Jeff. But Commissioner Brown, thank you for being back too, and all that you did, and I hope y'all will be as part of the family just like he has been. So thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody, any other staff or anybody from the audience want to say anything? If not, I'd like to take just a second and thank the nominating committee. for entrusting us with this great task. And want to thank the commission and all that, and thank Chink Brown for kindly putting me in the loop. I don't know what he saw, but he wanted me to be secretary and go on, and I appreciate him for that. But I hope to follow in the footsteps of Judge Brown and Doc and Mr. Griggs, and I just try to do my best to protect the resources and work with the agency and the staff to provide a better outdoor experience for the people of the state of Tennessee. So, but I want to thank the committee for trusting me with that, and I'll try to do my best. Anybody else got anything? If not, our next meeting will be March 25th and 26th. It is here in Nashville. That's a Wednesday and a Thursday. Did you get that, Miss Barbara? All right. And I'll get with Miss Barbara and email out the new committee structure and the meeting dates for the rest of the year, probably within the next week or two. Get everything finalized, so hopefully everybody will be happy. Any other comments from the commission? Nope. Any comments from the audience? Ed, you have anything? No. All right. Then we will be adjourned until Wednesday, March 25th, here in Nashville.